Hey everyone, welcome back to Poplar Preparedness. We are going to be looking at some of the things that I am stocking up on right now, things that I'm buying right now, and I want to show you some prices here. Now, this is going to differ from place to place, but I'm going to suspect that even though your prices might be a little higher or a little bit lower, the comparative price between several of these stores is going to hold true. And I just want to kind of point to you kind of some things to be stocking up on. You can buy whatever you want to buy, of course, but these are the most budget conscious, but with high quality ideas that I have. So let's go and look at what I'm seeing here. First things first, Keystone beef and chicken and pork if you can find it. Pork has been rather scarce, but this is like the best way to go with things. They do have the canned roast beef, great value brand and such like that. But the thing is, they just sock so much water in those things that honestly, when it comes down to it, I do believe I've been meaning to do a scientific test on it for you guys at some point. When I get back from my trip, hopefully I'll do that. Crack open some of these cans and just measure like how much actual meat is in these things. But it feels like that the Keystone beef and other products, they really do jam-pack more meat in these cans and a whole heck of a lot less water. So if you are stocking up on protein and you want to get meat protein, and you want particularly beef, honestly, this is the best way to go still. The prices are up. That price on your right there, the $7.42, that is for ground beef, and nobody has seen that since forever. But when we look at the shredded beef that's there in the picture, you're looking at $9.50 plus. I can't quite see the price there, but that is a great way to stock up. I really like these mashed potato things. At Aldi here, they're 59 cents. At Walmart, they're 74 cents. These instant pack of mashed potatoes, they are just so handy, super tasty, and just, they're not the most budget friendly, but they're not that expensive. One of those things is definitely a meal for a person. You throw a little bit of meat on there, and you get a pretty decent meal. So that's good price for stuff. What I'm doing is I'm taking a lot of these packets, particularly the garlic and the 4 cheese ones, and I'm throwing them into dry canning jars, and it works really well. So canned ham. And this is at Aldi. This is just a great price. 16 ounces for $2.79 for a can of ham. They put it in the can for you. It's sealed already. Yes, you can go buy ham for 99 cents possibly, but then you have to cook it, then you have to shred it, then you take the bone out and all that kind of stuff like that, and then pressure can it yourself. Or you can buy for $2.79 or whatever the price is in your area for them to have canned it for you, and it's all ready to go right onto the shelf. If you can find these, great. Now, make sure that you do like it. I like the product, so it's tasty to me. It feels like a treat to me, but to each his own or her own. When it comes to beef, the cheapest option are these Argentina or Brazilian beef, the corned beef. This stuff it's like the Spam of beef, right? And if you like it, then this is a great way to go. If you like this and you can use this, cool. I'm going to be experimenting more with this. I do not like this corned beef. I've tried it several times. I did not like it. I have determined that I am going to try it again and try it with in some recipes and stuff, because the price just is really good. So I'd like to be able to stock these things, but I won't stock them because I don't like them at this point. So I'd like to turn the corner. I've heard some people say that if you use it for corned beef hash, homemade corned beef hash, mix it with some potatoes, it's actually pretty good. So I want to try that with some sunchokes, that kind of thing, and see if I can palate it. But Vienna sausages are still a great way to go. They used to be $6 for a 12-pack, and now it's, as you can see, $6.96 for a 12-pack. It's mostly just chicken. It's shredded chicken leftovers. So once they pick the chicken breasts and that kind of stuff off of a chicken carcass, the remaining scraps of chicken get turned into these type of sausages and stuff like that. That's my understanding of what they do with it. It's not anything weird. It's just smaller particles of chicken, and they force them into these molds and shapes and stuff like that. So if you like them, I like them. So they're quite tasty. I haven't ever tried cooking them. So that's one thing I'd like to do in the future here is I'm going to be cracking open a bunch of these cans and cooking and experimenting a little bit in front of you guys. Spam is, as you can see, usually you're paying around $3 plus per can of Spam, but they do have the luncheon meats. Aldi's has a knockoff luncheon meat there, and also Great Value has one too. I think they don't taste as good as Spam, if you like Spam, of course. They don't taste quite as good as Spam, but they do taste pretty comparably. Is kind of thing. It doesn't have quite as strong of a flavor, and it's kind of more a little less tasty, a little less tasteful. It's just kind of a little more bland. So if you don't like the taste of Spam, you might want to try the cheap knockoff luncheon meat because I think it's got a lot more chicken in there, and that's my suspicion on it. So I think it has a lot less of a strong flavor and more of a mild flavor. So if you don't like Spam, you might like luncheon meat, or at least be able to tolerate it a little bit more. And it's got a lot of calories and a lot of protein in there. They do have the canned hams, of course, here at Walmart. But as you can see, almost a 50-cent difference in price there. So, and they're basically the same thing with just something else stamped on the outside. So they do have the corned beef here too. These corned beefs, they all come from the same place, I swear. It's like they got the same factories down there, and it all tastes, the corned beef tastes exactly the same to me, but, Libby's, whenever you see that they're using the same machinery, you kind of have to ask yourself the question of whether it's actually the same product, and I believe it is. So might as well save the money. If you don't like those things, or if you just like corned beef hash, you can get some protein that way, right? Don't look into what it actually is, and you'll be happy. I will say that I do not like the Great Value corned beef hash. I think that the Aldi corned beef hash tastes a lot better. I'd rather go with either name brand over Great Value, or I would go with the Aldi version of corned beef hash. But it is a cheap way to get protein. It is not just straight beef. I'm trying to not ruin anyone's perception. If you like the taste of it and you're good with it, then just go with it, okay? Don't look it up. once you look it up, you can't unsee it. But it's food, and it's tasty, and it's good stuff. I like it nice and crispy, which takes a little bit of doing and a lot of fuel. Chunk chicken breast, Great Value. You can buy these cans for $2.44. I'm not sure if that's a 2-pack or 1-pack. It should be it's a one pack, because if it was a 12-pack, it would be actually a pretty decent deal. 12 packs on Walmart.com are still the best price. It's like $1.60 something per can. And it's the same cans as these cans. It just comes in a 12-pack, and they deliver it to your house. I keep harping on that because I think it's the best investment that you'll make for a while. Get the 12 packs, get a stack of 12 packs if you can afford them, and stock up on canned chicken. That's something that's a great thing to do. Chili, canned chili, I think is actually a real good thing to do. I like chili with rice, so you can stretch the chili with rice. Other people, they stretch the chili with spaghetti noodles. So that's a thought too. Mix with that. I honestly don't like the Great Value or the Aldi chili as much as like the name brand stuff, but I don't think it's bad, and I kind of I like them for whatever I do use it for. One of the things I like to do is I like to use tortillas. Get a tortilla, put some chili down there, put some shredded cheese, and then use maybe some Taco Bell sauce or whatever. Zap it in the microwave. Oh, it's like a chili cheese burrito from Taco Bell. It's fantastic. Tastes great. You can put that on rice. You can, like I said, mix it with spaghetti noodles, and you're in good shape. If you haven't learned Italian stewed tomatoes and the wondrous uses for them, learn, because it's basically chunky tomatoes in a can with like basil and like oregano and like some other seasonings, like Italian seasonings in there. Oh man, it's great, and it's already seasoned, and then you get it at like Aldi for 64 cents a can. That's really hard to beat. You can just get regular tomatoes without any seasoning, and you throw this into rice. You throw this into just a soup mix, and you're adding a whole bunch of flavor as well as body to it. I think that you can never have too many cans of Italian stewed tomatoes. That's my opinion on the matter. So that's just some thoughts on things. I do like stocking up on the canned corn as well, because you can just dump that into a lot of stuff too. There's a lot of different canned stuff that you can just dump into soup mixes, where you just get a pot and start making soup and start dumping cans in there. But you usually want to have some tomatoes in that soup, so one way or another. All right, well, that's just some of my thoughts. If you guys want to pop in some of your own recipes or your own insights on things that you're stocking up on that are super easy and super useful for a lot of different things, please do pop those in comments below and help each other out by giving some good advice. Be kind to each other if people don't agree with you on everything. Some of you I know are like, don't ever eat out of the can and stuff. I'm sorry, that's what I do, and I'm like a lot of people, so sorry, but you're probably being more healthy than I am. I get it, but you know, we're all taking our baby steps in the right direction, hopefully. So that's what I got for you. Steve Poplar,